Question. You were mentioning that ahimsa or non-violence is the most important thing to follow. This was the theme of our 3 talks there at the Sringeri temple. In Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna says that he wants to follow non-violence, Krishna advises otherwise. Arjuna wants to choose the path of non-violence. I will not fight the battle. And Lord Krishna says, Yudhyasva Bharata. So a good question is Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, is he teaching violence or non-violence? That's a good question. There is a lot of misunderstanding in here. So I would like you to refer to the verse in Bhagavad Gita, I think verse 37 or something like that, where Lord Krishna says, Hatova prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tato yuddhayo jasva. Hey Arjuna, tato tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischaya. If you are killed in this battle, you will go to Swarga. If you win this battle, you will get the kingdom of earth. Either way is beneficial to you. And therefore, tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischaya. With firmly determined our yuddha, rise. Then what Lord Krishna says is important. In the next verse, Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva nevam papam avapsase. Understand that violence or non-violence is not the name of an action. It is not that you perform given action that it is called violence or non-violence. It is what agenda that goes behind it. So Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, Lord Krishna asked Arjuna to arise and fight the battle. Okay. But next verse, in verse Lord Krishna said, Sukha dukkhe same krutva tato yuddhaya yujyasva. Thereafter you fight the battle. So before fighting the battle, you have this disposition of mind. Sukha dukkhe same krutva. In your mind, sukha and dukkha are equal. Labha labho, the gain and loss are equal. Jaya jayo, victory and defeat are equal. You know what it means? It means that you are not fighting this battle for victory. If the karma phala, or the outcome is in your mind, it's quite likely that you will compromise the quality of an action for the sake of gaining or for the sake of assuring the desired outcome. Lord Krishna says, you fight this battle. Jaya jayo. Whether you win or lose, you fight battle as you should. Don't compromise any values. Labha labho, gain and loss. Sukha dukkha, have pleasure and pain. Consider them equal. And with that equanimity of the mind, you fight the battle. So this fighting battle is not necessarily violence. Because sometimes next question you yourself will say, but sometimes not fighting the battle would create more violence. If an enemy is attacking you and you say no, non-violence, meaning that I will not resist him, then he may destroy a lot of things and then create more violence. So fighting the battle is not necessarily violence, or non-fighting battle is not non-violence also. It is not an action that decides whether an action is violent or non-violent. It is the attitude that goes behind the action. Arjuna, you fight this battle to protect dharma. You are in this battlefield not to kill the Kauravas, to protect dharma. Bhishma and Drona were chosen to take the course of adharma. Meaning they were chosen to join the army of Kauravas. And the leader of Kauravas is Duryodhana. And Duryodhana represents adharma. So in effect, they also joined the army of Adharma. So you want to fight with them, you're fighting is not Bhishma and Drona, with Adharma you are fighting. To fight against Adharma, to protect Dharma, is a duty, is the right thing for a Kshatriya to do. If Kshatriya does not do that, then who will do it? So Krishna does not teach violence. He teaches non-violence. What is non-violence? Non-violence is a certain disposition of mind. What disposition of mind? When there is equanimity of the mind. When gain and loss is not important to you. Defeat and success is not important to you. What is right is important to you. So that makes the action non-violent. Is that clear?
So Swamiji, Gandhiji's this non-violence interpretation may be taken differently because he refused to take arms against the British rulers. And
Gandhiji was a very practical person. He knew that taking arms against British you can never win. You can never. There were many people who sacrificed their life against British, and you never win. So taking arms was not the right way. Different kind of arms are required against British. As to how to convert, transform them. So on their own they give you the freedom. Gandhiji created a situation, the whole world actually pressurized the Britain to grant freedom to India. Our Churchill may not have granted. If Churchill had won that way in the election, still India would not have been free or independent. And yes, you can have your own interpretation of non-violence. We will not question what Gandhiji did, of course. But at the same time, Gandhiji knew that using weapons was not the way. And his definition of non-violence was to suffer. To suffer and transform the enemy. His approach was to transform the enemy by self-suffering. So he therefore invited suffering upon himself. I told this story in that Sringeri temple, that once Gandhiji was travelling by train in the third class, and there was a villager sitting in the berth just opposite him. And that fellow may have some cough and cold, and therefore the cough came in his mouth, he spat right there on the floor of the train. So Gandhi was reading newspaper, he tore a piece of the newspaper, cleaned up, threw away. That man got angry, he did it again. Again Gandhi, without reacting, he cleaned it. Number of times this happened. When finally the station came, when he discovered this is Mahatma Gandhi, he fell at his feet and sought the pardon. I am very sorry for what I have done. All right, if you are really sorry, from now on don't do this. And if somebody else does it, you correct it. If now somebody else spits, you clean it. So this was his definition of satyagraha. Satyagraha. It was excellent, excellent. So we cannot say what Gandhiji did was not, certainly was non-violence. But sometimes, understand that there are times when Gandhiji also, in fact, advocated war. He himself was recruiting, the people for the army, British army. So when he himself did not want to shoot, so he became a nurse, etc. But when the enemies are attacking you, at that time non-violence does not mean that you let them attack and get destroyed. That is not the definition of non-violence.